Well, hi, everyone. Hi, good morning. Well, thanks for being here. My name is Andrew Johnson. I'm council member for Ward 12, and I'm also chair today for Committee of the Whole as Council Vice President Elizabeth Glidden and Council President Johnson are both out today on various business. Before we begin our typical Committee of the Whole meeting, we are honored today to be able to recognize city employees who've gone above and beyond with outstanding work as part of our Star Awards program. So this is part of our Public Service Recognition Week, and in fact we were honored to present and recognize these city employees down in the rotunda earlier during a special ceremony. I believe there's a reception as well as part of this, and we are honoring them today in council as our third year in a row as part of this program. Before I go any further, I want to recognize our STAR committee members that are here. If you could stand up, and actually, why don't you come up and join me as well in this, because I know you've put in a lot of work here, and it's been wonderful to have you as part of this valuable program. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thank you. So I'm also going to call down some of my council colleagues, which will be helping me honor some of our city employees today. So if Councilmember Bender and Gordon and Majority Leader Quincy could come on down. So there are 4 different award categories today: the North Star Award, Shining Star, the City Star, and the Co-Star, and we are honoring 9 different city employees today as part of this recognition. And we will start with our North Star Award, and for that I'm going to turn it over. Oh, yeah, well, this is our North Star. So these are all part of our Superstar Awards, but there's different categories of superstars. So just to be clear, so this is our North Star Superstar. So I'm going to turn over the microphone to my colleague, Councilmember Bender.
And who other to win the North Star Award but Steve Poor? So you are our true North Star, Mr. Poor. This is for you. All right, I need it to read it, so. I'm really honored today to get to present this award to Steve, who I get to work with a lot as chair of zoning and planning. And I think a lot of people know that Mr. Poor has been with the city since he was an intern, but I also heard he showed a proclivity for zoning in preschool even. So here we are. So Steve Poor, whereas Steve Poor is awarded the Superstar Award for his positive, supportive, and results-driven leadership. And whereas Steve Poor has overseen efforts to protect historic districts and landmarks emblematic of Minneapolis's racial and religious diversity, helping to eliminate disparities in our heritage preservation program, and better engage all segments of Minneapolis's populace. And whereas Steve Poor performs with distinction and deserves special thanks and recognition for his public service. So I'll stop there, and thank you so much for your service, and it's really an honor to present this to you today.
Privilege is all mine. No. I would just say that showing up at work at the city is always exciting. It's a challenge. It's been nothing but a joy and a privilege, and I work with just a tremendous amount of hardworking people, forward-looking council members, and it's just been great. And I look forward to next year on Super Bowl.
Thank you. Well, next up we have our Shining Star Award with Brianna Patch. So, Brianna, this is the Shining Star Award, whereas Brianna Patch is awarded the Superstar Award for her ability to exude positivity in the workplace while leading through change and for her willingness to take on any project or challenge. And whereas Brianna Patch acted in a leadership role within Construction Code Services where she championed the implementation of ELMS, becoming a trainer while making sure the department's interests were addressed, and whereas Brianna Patch performs with distinction and deserves special thanks and recognition for her public service.
I'm okay.
No? All right. All right. Thank you, Brianna.
I'm not as good as Steve, though.
All right. Next up, we have our City Star Superstar Award with us, Council Majority Leader Quincy.
Well, thank you so much. This is really a great pleasure to be able to present these awards, and it was certainly an honor to be able to do that this morning when we recognized 157 different people. It's a tremendous honor. But this one is the Superstar Award for in honor of Forrest Brown. So please count on up, Forrest. Good to see you again. Thank you. I'm tempted to invite you up, Dwayne. It's an amazing recognition that we're about to honor Forrest with, but he represents so much of what the city is doing, so he's a great model for us all. This is whereas Forrest Brown is awarded the Superstar Award for envisioning, researching, and building an interactive database tool to review loans, grants, and repair resources overlaid on a Minneapolis map. And whereas Forrest effectively collaborated with multiple agencies in order to help Minneapolis homeowners, particularly low-income seniors, veterans, and people with disabilities, save time when researching options to abate violations or to make simple repairs. Forrest Brown performs with distinction and deserves special thanks and recognition for his public service. So, on behalf of the Mayor Hodges and the City Council, City of Minneapolis, we present this certificate of commendation to Forrest Brown together with sincere appreciation and gratitude and best wishes for future endeavors. Congratulations, Forrest. Thank you. You get to say a few words.
I didn't prepare for this.
Exactly why I did it.
I just want to thank Noah, Karen, and Kelly for being giving me the opportunity to help people like Wayne and other homeowners kind of approach these challenges and find resolutions and improve their quality of life and make sure that they have kind of a better future. So thanks again for the opportunity, and again, I didn't prepare for this.
You've done a fabulous job.
Right.
Thank you. Can we take one picture?
Last but not least, our Co-Star Superstars Award with Council Member Gordon presenting.
Well, thank you, and I'm so delighted to be presenting these awards. And I just want to note what a pleasure it is for me to work for such a great organization as the City of Minneapolis. There's so many passionate people. I think really everybody that I work with in the city is kind of a do-gooder at heart, and they've chosen to get involved in service in this way because they really want to make a difference and they really want to do good, and that just makes it much more of a pleasure being at work with everybody and trying to be on the same team. So I'm glad and appreciate Human Resources for coming up with this way of acknowledging the great work that people do. And even though, was it 150 awards that were given out? I think there's probably thousands more that we should be giving out to one another every day for the great work that we're all doing here for the city. And I have the honor of giving a group award. So why don't we get Amber Lage, Erica Prosser, Tammy Dickinson, Melanie Rucker, Krista Guzman, and Brian Tyner, who's already here, up here. So this is an award for the EMS Pathways program that was developed, and this is a very creative approach, something maybe other departments can model after to prepare for increasing retirements that are happening at the city, and also to work to make sure that we have a city workforce that reflects our city, and we get more people interested and engaged in the process. And I know it was a complicated endeavor, and it's met with great success already. Everybody gets their own certificate, but I'm going to read it as if they're all getting one. So Amber, Erica, Tammy, Melanie, Krista, and Brian. Whereas you all are awarded the Superstar Award for assisting in the implementation of an EMS Pathways Academy. And whereas you all worked collaboratively with multiple agencies to create pathways to careers in emergency medical services and the Minneapolis Fire Department for those who might normally have exposure to these fields or an opportunity to pursue them. And whereas you all have performed with distinction and deserve special thanks and recognition for your public service, then we recognize you as our Superstar Award winners. Congratulations. And I actually left some of the awards down there. This one goes to Amber. Maybe, okay, and maybe we can, thanks, Andrew. And which one of you wants to make a speech, or would you all like to?
Kristen does. No. I would just like to say it's been a great honor, and it is a great honor every day to work with this team. And the most gratifying part for me, and I think for everybody else, is seeing young people who maybe didn't even know what they wanted to do or how to get there, you know, in a short amount of time, go on to get their EMTs and become firefighters, EMTs, paramedics, dispatchers, and just to see them go from you know, not having a clue to excelling in the field of EMS.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you. We'll get our meeting started, and just to reiterate what Councilmember Gordon said, it's amazing, all these stories throughout the enterprise, all of our public servants out there doing great work left and right, and it's just wonderful to recognize some today at Council. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Councilmember Andrew Johnson, and I'm calling to order the Committee of the Whole meeting, joined today by a quorum of committee members: Councilmember Gordon, Cano, Reich, Bender, Yang, Quincy, Fry, and Palmisano. We have one item on our agenda for presentation, and then our regularly scheduled reports of committees. So we will go ahead with our first item, the presentation on the 2017 Star Awards. Chuck, please take it away for us. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Chair Johnson, members of the Committee of the Whole. My name is Chuck Bernardi. I'm with the City of Minneapolis Human Resources Department. I work as a manager there, and one of my responsibilities is also chairing the Star Awards program. This is probably one of the best parts of my job, making sure that we do a good job of recognizing our staff. Another important part of my job is I'm very involved in our employee engagement efforts, which hopefully is paying dividends for all city departments and ultimately our city residents. So a little background, I know some of you have already heard this before, but employee recognition was identified as a key opportunity in multiple employee engagement surveys. The city has been doing employee engagement surveys going back to 2004. Additional support was found in a 2013 survey where we actually did specifically focused on employee recognition to find out what employees were interested in. More than 90% of city employees want their work to be valued and recognized. If you really dig down deeper, it's probably close to 100%. More than half felt at that time, more than half felt their contributions were not being recognized in a meaningful way. The 2014 engagement survey identified employee recognition as a key priority item for the city to increase employee engagement across the enterprise. And I'm pleased to report on our most recent employee engagement survey that was administered last fall. The results were released in December and January. We saw in that survey, we saw statistically significant increases in the survey item I receive, appropriate recognition when I do a good job, 6.1%. We also saw an increase of 7.8% on I feel valued as an employee of the city. And even greater, we saw a 14.4% increase in the category of rewards and recognition. Now, I don't think just the Star Awards program is responsible for all these increases. I would like to think that city leadership is doing a better job across the organization of recognizing the work that our wonderful employees do each day. What is the Star Awards program? STAR stands for Special Thanks and Recognition. Approved nominees receive a custom-designed recognition coin and certificate, and the program is designed to provide enterprise recognition options. A lot of departments, when we started this program, did not have individual department programs, so this has really helped them move the dial. Fire, police have had recognition programs in place for a long time, but other departments have not had such comprehensive recognition programs. This morning you saw the winners, the superstars in each of these categories. We had the City Star, Forrest Brown was given the award. This award is given to individual employees who make a significant impact on the city. The Co-Star Award, the EMS Academy folks. I was sitting in a room not long ago where that whole idea was just being discussed. And 2 or 3 years later, we now see the positive results of that program. North Star Award is awarded to outstanding leaders. We saw Steve Poor, our 2016-2017 winner. And we've had the competition in some of these categories is very, very robust and stiff. So we had some very close votes, especially on the North Star Award. The Shining Star Award, we saw Brianna Patch from CPED getting awarded for her efforts involvement in ELMS and other related projects. Also today, we also recognize people for different years of service with the city, and we decided on 15, 25, and 30 years of service. This just shows the type of certificate and the coins that the person gets throughout the year. The Service Star coins are listed there, the copper, the silver, and the antique bronze. They have the Star Award on the front, and then they have the different snapshots of the cityscape. The Co-Star, North Star, and the Shining Star and the City Star have the official city of Minneapolis emblem or seal on the back of them. Who is eligible and involved? All city employees are eligible for the Star Award program. We saw a 100% increase in the number of employees who are recognized going from 2016 to 2017. That to me means that the program is being recognized as a meaningful way to recognize staff, and more employees are being nominated as we move forward. Any employee may nominate another city employee for award. The Star Award Committee, made up of representatives from 11 city departments, reviews and approves the nominations for Star Awards. They also ultimately voted on secret ballot on who would be the superstars. When are Star Awards provided? We do this on a quarterly basis. Nominations are taken throughout the year, but we have 4 different deadlines established, and then we review those that are received by each deadline. Again, there's 1 individual employee from the city, North and Shining Star categories, and 1 is designated ultimately as a superstar, and 1 team of employees is designated as a superstar. And as you saw, 9 employees were recognized here today. During year 3 of the program, again, 157 employees were recognized. There's a breakdown there. There were 5 City Stars, 139 Co-Stars, 5 North Stars, and 8 Shining Stars. You can also see a departmental breakdown there. We had some first-time departments in the sworn ranks. This is the first year we had employees nominated in the sworn ranks, so that was good to see. The Co-Star Award, we added that last year, and that's really had a significant increase, as you can see, on the number of employees that are being recognized. And a lot of those Co-Stars are interdepartmental efforts, not just single departments, which is even more meaningful in some ways. Service Stars. This past year we gave out 378 Service Star Awards. That's approximately 10% of the workforce. 186 people achieved 15 years of service. 92 people achieved 25 years of service, and 100 employees achieved 30 years of service. And again, you can see a departmental breakdown there on the right. In terms of next steps, we'll be evaluating year 3 of the program, seeing how we can continue to make improvements in the program. We will continue to work hard to continue to encourage city leaders to promote the program in their respective departments. And nominations for year 4 of the program will be accepted until February 28th of 2018. Our next deadline is coming up in June. And to honor the Star Awards Committee, the people listed there, I think I've only got one of my members left. They've all left us, but it's myself, Alyssa Brown from the Assessor's Office, Chris Carlson from Finance and Property Services, Janelle Harris from 911. She's done a wonderful job. She did most of the organization of all the events this morning. Randy Mickelson from IT, Tamara Bredemus from IT. Randy's coming off and Tamara's coming on. Jolanta Sears from HR, Brian Sebo from Public Works, Julie Sikora from Police, John Smoley from CPED, Nancy Steele from the Convention Center, and Brian Tyner from Fire. We recently lost Megan Lee from Communications, who is also a very important part of our committee and can be thanked for a lot of the success of the program. And I believe that is the end of my presentation, sir.
All right, thank you, Chuck. Do we have any questions? Any comments? Councilmember Quincy?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I just briefly commenting, it's amazing to see the growth and the acceptance enterprise-wide of the importance of these award programs, not just the years of service awards, which are simple to recognize and important to do, but I was really moved by seeing the number of applications and how they've expanded in the last couple of years, nominations, I guess I should say. And I too agree with you there, Chuck. It's really great to see that co-star category emerge, because when we can have departments working together for the common good, I think those are worthy of additional recognition and appreciation on how we can all work together. So thanks very much for all of your work putting this together.
Any additional comments? Well, I definitely want to thank you and the committee for all of your work on this. Very impressive group of award recipients as well. Always a pleasure, and looking forward to many stories to come of all the great work going on. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
With that, seeing no further questions or comments, we will go ahead and I'll move to receive and file a recap of the presentation and the award winners as part of our Public Service Recognition Week. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, those abstain, the motion carries. And with that, we'll move on to our reports of committees. First up is CDRS with Council Vice Chair Fry.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have 11 items that are being moved forward for this Friday. Item number 1 is accepting the 2017 Consolidated Plan Action Plan. Item number 2 is the modification number 3 for the Consolidated TIF District. I think this is an important one in that the size of the TIF district was cut in half. However, we're still about $30 or to $40 million in revenue over what we initially projected. Number 3 is Penny's Coffee. 4 is liquor sales ordinance for Sunday sales. 5 is a series of liquor and business applications. 6, business license operating condition for Charbel Petroleum. 7 is a loan amendment for Portland Village. 8 is East 10 Apartments bond issuance, which is affordable housing. 9 is some contract amendments with Minnesota Home Ownership Center. 10 is an agreement with MHFA to receive use the predictive cost model. And 11 is approving a waiver of the 60-day waiting period for a hazardous property at 4108 Beard Avenue South. Happy to stand for any questions, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Not seeing any questions, so we'll move on to Health, Environment, and Community Engagement with Chair Gordon.
Thank you very much, Chair Johnson. The Health, Environment, and Community Engagement Committee is just bringing 3 items forward for approval. The first is accepting a grant from the New Venture Fund for Healthy Babies, Bright Futures Project. The second is authorizing an increase in a contract with Balvina Jones. This is for maintenance of the city's lead safe housing program. And the third is authorizing an agreement with the city through its health department and the Minnesota Department of Health to link Healthy Start program participant data to vital records and share that information. And I'll stand for questions.
Great, thank you. Not seeing any questions, so we'll go ahead and move on to our Transportation and Public Works Committee report with Chair Reich.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The committee forwards a total of 15 items. Almost all items are related to project approvals of one sort or another. We do have a special service district operating plan budget amendment that's a little different. And then the key item was a presentation. It's item 15. It's the 2017 Drinking Water Week, and that's saying May 7th through the 13th is a recognition of that very fundamental item and service that the city provides. I'll stand for questions.
Wonderful. Thank you. Not seeing any questions, so we'll go ahead to Ways and Means with Chair Quincy.
Thank you very much. Ways and Means is bringing forward 9 items for your consideration on Friday. The first 5 items are legal settlements. Item number 6 is a contract with Go Beyond LLC. That's enabling Minneapolis Healthy Start to remain compliant with federal program requirements. We also have a gift acceptance for conference participation from the IT department. Contract with Hennepin Technical College for summer skills class. And the final item is a grant acceptance from the Minnesota Department of Commerce for Minnesota Auto Theft Prevention Program. Happy to answer questions on those 9 items.
Thank you. Not seeing any questions. So with that, we have completed our report and our meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everyone.